This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. I messaged the Don yesterday. I said, Kalle, is it too late to do a bit? You said a little bit. We'll do it in the morning. You're a man of your word. How are you, mate?
Yeah, big night of boxing last night. Carnival weekend here in Notting Hill today, right at the epicenter. Can hear them outside. So, yeah, interesting weekend.
Interesting weekend indeed. Look, let's go into it last night. Um, I think I come back from the pub. I wasn't expecting to be anywhere near as busy as I was. It was like obviously Twitter's gone mad. People are saying that we should have a new heavyweight champion. I think last night my thoughts was probably that it was a legal shot. I think today I'm in a bit of two minds about it now. I've slept on it. Kalle, you've seen it. What do you think?
Um, it's just below the belt line. If the punch had come from a straight or it been thrown from above, I'd go with a legal shot, but it was thrown from below and it impacted below the belt line. So, but it's one of those, the referee's got to make a call. It's not an easy call, but he makes that call at the moment. And, you're going to have one side saying that, and it's very split down the middle. So it's far from a scandal. It's just, it's one of those decisions that's made the way in boxing it's done, So, Dubois, I've got to say, he didn't start great. I thought Usyk did what Usyk does, lots of hands, lots of angles, and then Dubois came into it, which is interesting. I've got to say, Dubois, he's certainly since the Joyce loss, he seems to have gone off. He's rebuilt. I think Don Charles is a great trainer, and he's I don't think he's very young. Was he 25, 26? He's got a big future. So learn from that. I mean, if you look at the whole fight, Usyk dominant, as was expected. But I think Dubois showed what he can still do in the scene. So, it's one of them.
Kalle, let me sort of ask you, sort of down the end of the fight. We saw Daniel was down the round prior, used the whole 10 count, and then when the fight was stopped, a lot of people online saying that he probably could have made a bit more of a conscious effort to get up. He saw the referee was at 9-10. What do you make of that?
He'd taken a lot of punches at that stage. It was a strange shot that ended it, but Usyk throws strange shots. He doesn't throw. He's not textbook. I heard on the commentary them calling it a jab. It wasn't really a jab, though, was it? It was a sort of straight left. It was almost. Yeah, it wasn't one out the boxing textbook, but that's what Usyk does. That's what he does. He throws them from all different angles. He ties you up with them. He keeps you guessing, and he does it fantastically. I mean, he really is. He's amazing to watch, just in the shot variety. It's like every time he seems to find new shots, and the finishing shot, was what it was. But you've got to look also at the boxer's reaction, and he'd had enough, and again, he's a young man, nothing to be ashamed of. He'll be back, and he's got a big future. So, in an interesting time in the heavyweight division.
If you're Tyson Fury, are you more inclined to take that fight now after last night?
Well, he can. I mean, he's got to deal with Ngannou first, doesn't he? So, sure that the unification against whoever it is at the time will happen next year sometime. But we were talking about Hrgovic, of course.
That was my next one. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we were informed. I think was it 2-3 weeks ago now. We got letters, us and Usyk, saying that if we won our McKean fight and they won the Dubois fight, that the negotiations will be ordered immediately from the IBF. Let's not forget that Hrgovic was confirmed as for the final eliminator in February 2021, right? So we're talking a couple of years now, and we didn't really throw down the book too much when everyone was expecting the Fury Usyk fight to take place, to get made. We were relatively patient, but now we've also got to look after the it's got to be Hrgovic's turn. That's what the IBF decided. This morning we have written to the IBF to inform them that we are fit, willing, and able to enter that bout, and that on the basis of their letter, and there's no interest on our side to step aside for anything. I wouldn't know what we would be stepping aside for, because Tyson's contracted to fight in, what is it, 7 weeks?
Yeah.
7 week time. So, all the talk about, oh, well, they should step aside, they should do this, they should do that. Well, what we're going to step aside for? What happens if he does get one from Ngannou, right? That's, or is that a fake fight? It's not a fake fight, is it? So it's a real fight. It's a live fight. That's what we're being told. So, that's happening next for Tyson, and we've got to deal with our business, and that's with Usyk now.
Kalle, let me ask you. Frank Warren said that they're going to lodge an appeal. We know in boxing that not much really tends to get done. Just on your side, from dealing with the sport for the years that you have, do you think anything will come of that? And then obviously, if it does, and they order a rematch, maybe the belts become fragmented.
I don't think that they would order a rematch. I'm sure they'll keep a very high rating, as I think should be the case anyways. I think he fought, like I said, he fought a very competitive fight last night. So, but that's not going to affect our position, because those things tend to go for a while. This is imminent. This is the next 24 hours. Those letters will go out. That's in writing from the IBF, from the president. So that's their business, and this is our business.
What happens when Filip Hrgovic takes on Oleksandr Usyk?
Well, I think we saw last night an Usyk that clearly, and don't forget, I've promoted him on numerous occasions. I know him in and out. He showed for me signs of slowing. I think that Hrgovic, he's had long layoffs because of this whole situation. So I think the 12 rounds with McKean was gold, every single round of it, because that's what he needs. You've got to look back. Hrgovic has been around for a long, long time, not just on the pro scene, but also on the WSB scene. So he's been around the circuit for a long, long time, and he's used to activity. So the last couple of years have been a nightmare for him. And I think the McKean fight was exactly what he needed to go into this fight. And there's anyone who's around boxing knows about Hrgovic since years. It's not like some big secret or something. And we all know what he can do, and now's his time.
Eddie co-promotes Hrgovic with you. He said that sort of he needs to find his rhythm again. There was a period where Hrgovic, he was active and he was looking stronger than ever. Recently, it's not sort of like you've mentioned, not been as active as he would have liked. I think the best Filip Hrgovic will see when he has the opportunity to be out more and not waiting 12 months between fights.
Exactly, but this fight should take place in December. So, coming off a 12-round bout in August, it's ideal. So now's the time. I'm sure Usyk, by the way, Usyk's similar. He likes rhythm in it as well. So he's also comes out of a very strong amateur career, or amateur and then sort of semi-pro, whatever you want to call it, career. And I think it's a fantastic fight. And I think it's one that we've definitely got more than a chance. We're going to be very confident.
Kalle, 2 more from me next week. The big one, we see the rematch. Your man Chris Eubank Jr. looks to avenge his only ever knockout loss against Liam Smith. A lot of people writing him off this time. That won't bother him. You've said that you've seen him in Vegas. You're excited by what you've seen. You told me that there was something brewing. That thing was Bomac joining the camp. You believe that your man has his number next Saturday?
Look, I believe that he should have won the first fight, but the preparation was not on par what he normally does. I think maybe there was a bit of complacency, maybe there was a few other factors around it, but this time he has been in one hell of a camp. He's got very, very, very experienced corner. And he's in a place where I think that the loss really got to him in a positive way, in terms of, right, knuckle down, and I was over. I met him in Vegas, and he was in a very good place. Very good place. Not big team around him. It was really, he sort of really went. Seems to have gone into fight mode very early, into training mode, and don't get fooled by some of the flamboyant Instagram clips. Man, he takes his boxing very, very serious. He's obviously been born into a boxing family, lived, breathed it since a very young age. He knows exactly what he needs to do next Saturday night. So, yeah, a massive week for us. We've also got Friday night. We've got Lyndon Arthur challenging for the light heavyweight world title live on Channel 5. And then on Saturday, live on Sky Sports Box Office. It's revenge or revenge?
Let me ask you, finally, we saw the general sale went out for KSI, Tommy Fury, Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis. I have to say, we didn't catch up on the day. We brushed shoulders a couple of times.
Well, you had too many important people to interview. You didn't get round to
I have never had so much fun at a press conference in my life. I look down at my phone. The next thing, John Fury's got a table in his hand. You're scurrying for your phone. Joe Markowski's looking for his sunglasses.
I lost the waterphone, name it on the stage. If I look back at the video, I'm oblivious to the stuff that's going on around me.
I'm just your phone.
Some of the comments about who I've got in my contact list, and I needed to find that phone. I couldn't stop laughing. At the time, I didn't find it very funny because I had to try and sort of manage the situation. People running off, and then we still wanted to do face-to-faces, and it was all madness. But hey, that's Misfits, and the sale was very short, very sweet. 20,000 in that Manchester Arena on October the 14th, live on DAZN pay-per-view around the world. It's going to be insane. The numbers, like I said, the numbers are going to be record-breaking on many levels.
Does Dylan Dennis show up?
Yeah, I mean, he was on fire on Tuesday. He's obviously enlisted the help of Mr. McGregor as well. They've both got to be in their bonnet about saying, I don't know where Dylan's got it from. I understand where Logan's got it from now. So I think, who doesn't show can't afford to show face ever again on this planet. But no, he's very much up for it. It's such an interesting space, isn't it? It's mad.
Well, Kalle, you've had an absolute great year so far. Looks like that year is going to continue with this week's run, the big Misfits Prime card, and then I'm sure a few more announcements, and then maybe a little bit of Usyk-HRGOVIC down the line. As always, thank you for your time, mate. I'm not in Manchester or Bolton this week, but we'll have Boxing Social there. But I should see you on Saturday as a fan.
I'm looking forward to it, Charlie. I'm looking forward to it. You're even more fun as a fan.
That is true. No, that is true.
Let your hair down, Charlie. Let your hair down.
Kalle Sauerland, thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social.